One more ticket to the semifinal in Scotiabank Concacaf League 2017 remains. Welcome to Tegucigalpa in Honduras as Alianza, with a one-goal lead in the aggregate from their home win a week ago, visit Olympia. A tremendous crowd on hand, and it's a gorgeous evening for the game. 72 degrees, it's humid, and it has been raining over the last couple of days in Honduras. High expectations for Olympia, a group that thought they should have gone on the road as a fan base, expected their team to pick up a win in El Salvador in the first effort in this series. But it'll come down to the second leg, one where Alianza, with the advantage coming in with the home leg, would only need an away goal to send Olympia into a bit of a fretting concern. It could put them in a situation where they would face a very steep climb to try and turn things around. As it stands right now, Olympia with one singular goal could send this to penalties by the time the night is over. Any other scoreline would bring away goals into consideration, of course giving that benefit to Alianza, who did not concede at home last week. The coaches and the players beginning to make their arrival into the stadium here. It was a rocky arrival for Alianza as they drove the team bus through hordes of crowds of Hondurans. And as the players arrive down the tunnel, they'll certainly be accosted verbally by this large crowd in Tegucigalpa, one that has expectations of advancing despite the deficit in this series so far. Fans lighting up the night in Tegucigalpa. Referees trying to make their way down what's a cramped hallway space underneath these stands. Olympia, maybe the favorite of this tournament, is on their heels in this series, all thanks to Rodolfo Zelaya's 51st minute golazo in the opening leg of this series. Olympia knocked off Anahuelense of Costa Rica in the opening round for Alianza. They defeated Platense, but now their sights firmly set on one final remaining spot in the semifinals, the first iteration of this tournament. Luis Enrique Santander, the referee from Mexico, in the middle of this tunnel, waiting to take the field. Maybe he smiles now. It'll be a difficult atmosphere for him to work in this second leg tonight. A stadium that holds some 35,000 fans has certainly welcomed tens of thousands as they continue to file in. Alianza has brought a fair number of fans in their own right, trying to support this group past an Olympia side that has supreme confidence not only within their dressing room, but in their country. Up onto the field. Fans applaud the arrival of Olympia.
Damas y caballeros, buenas noches. Le damos la bienvenida al Club Deportivo Olimpia de Honduras y al Alianza F.C. de El Salvador para este partido de la Liga Concacaf Scotiabank.
It's a familiar anthem. One of these teams won't hear it again for quite some time. It'll be the home Honduran side, Olympia, falling 1-0 away to El Salvador in the first leg. Will it be Alianza sealing the deal in what is a raucous atmosphere in Honduras tonight? It'll take at least 90 minutes to figure out a victor. Alianza and Olympia have taken the field in Tegucigalpa. the teams shake hands. All the extracurricular activities fade off the field of play. Alianza and Olympia just minutes away from kickoff in the quarterfinals. Second leg in Scotiabank Concacaf League as Jonas Escobar looking down this line of players that will certainly try their best to beat him early, find the away goal. Here's the home side, Olympia in this affair. Escobar is the goalkeeper yet again. Carlo Cosli is clearly their offensive threat. He's dealt with injuries throughout this tournament. He will start, he will play in this affair. And perhaps most interestingly for them, they do make one significant change defensively. Alvarado is not in the starting lineup. The fourth-year man for Olympia relegated to the bench. Jose Tobias moves in for Carlos Restrepo as they try and find a bit more, perhaps, attacking notion from their back line in this affair. Carlo Cosli meeting with Rodolfo Zelaya. One has already found his goal in this quarterfinal round. The other surely will be the focal point of the offense with the trailing Olympia side. Banners exchanged, pleasantries. No time for photos. Luis Enrique Santander is the Mexican referee. Pablo Hernandez and Andres Hernandez will work the touchlines. Oscar Macias is the fourth official tonight. So the officials move their way towards midfield, and we take a look at the Alianza starting 11. Rodolfo Zelaya, the captain's armband, and very much the offensive threat of this group. Oscar Sarin moves into the lineup, came off the bench in the opening leg. The same can be said for Ruben Marroquin. Rudy Clavel is not available in any capacity tonight, having started the first leg, while Juan Carlos Portillo is relegated to the bench. Victor Garcia will lead that group onto the field. Here are the available substitutes for both sides. And when you look at Olympia, Alvarado certainly stands out, having started previously, as Javier Estupinan has also played a significant role and is a great offensive threat off the bench for Olympia. Victor Garcia to one side, Jonas Escobar to the other. The net's checked. This Olympia fan base is fervent as any in Central America. In this weekday matchup, no surprise that the stands overflowing at midfield. Quarterfinals, leg 2, Scotiabank Concacaf League. Olympia, Alianza. Here we go. The roar of the Honduran crowd as Alianza in blue, Olympia in white. Zelaya kicking it forward. Sarin cutting back. It belongs Gerson Rodas. Calm on the ball. Tobias Rojas. Kevin Hernandez. Cosli. There being early aggregate equalizer. Cosli on the turn. Chirinos fouled, edge of the area. Free kick to Olympia in the opening minute. Well won by Chirinos, who continued his run all the way through. Fouled by Ruben Marroquin. Came off the bench in the opening leg, starts in the second. Garcia guiding the wall into place. His first season with Alianza. This is the biggest game in his very short Alianza stint. Alexander Lopez, certainly an option to take this. He's standing behind the ball for Olympia. The wall, 3 across for Alianza as they try and guard that near post. It'll be Rodas or it'll be Lopez. Alexander Lopez punched away, ball drops down, it's kicked in. Roger Rojas scores another massive goal for Olympia. It's even on aggregate at 1. He scored in the second leg against Alajuelense. Palacios spinning down after the ball punched straight into him by Garcia at the initial foul. Early goal for Carlos Restrepo. Rojas scores in the second minute. That's as big a goal as he's seen so far in this tournament for Olympia. Few players as accomplished as Roger Rojas is in Concacaf club play. He does it again. The player down is Luis Inostroza. Carlo Tosli hugging on this crowd. Another look at the second-minute goal. Garcia punched it right into Palacios. Simply trying to get a touch, and Roger Rojas sending Carlos Restrepo into unbridled joy. The restart, Zelaya. Pocket picked by Rodas. Inostroza pushing into Lopez. Jorge Rodriguez, the 46-year-old manager, on the other side already. His items being thrown onto the far side of the pitch. One of the most intimidating atmospheres in all of CONCACAF's soccer region. Rojas went up, didn't bring the ball down with him. Sarin trying to run through. Tejada launching. Costly gives chase. Over Zelaya, won by Palacios. Hernandez. Horsley. Flores Jaco. Collision, Monterosa continued on through the halfway line. Zelaya. Chip ball over the top. In for Sarin. Back into the box, and Escobar dives down. And Escobar remains down. Restrepo, 56 years old, second stint as the head man for Olympia. Well, Rodriguez was announced the head coach in December of 2016 after Alianza crashed out of the Scotiabank CONCACAF Champions League campaign. Escobar continued to be looked at here. Off in the backup to Noel Valladares, both Motagua and Olympia. Escobar with Olympia since early 2000s. The chanting continues. Stadio Tiburcio Carrias Sandino has hosted 3 Champions League finals. It looks like he'll try and continue on, and perhaps not. Edric Menjivar is the backup goalkeeper. Could he be thrust into this moment? This in the 2nd minute, off of Palacios. And Rojas finishing again. His 2nd goal of the tournament, leveling the aggregate, a home goal to each side as Escobar will continue on. Sarin. Monterosa. Sarin waits on the ball, fires over the top. Headed away. The live for Alianza. Service. Headed straight down. This time Tejada. Off of Oscar Sarin. Escobar down again. Frustration evident. He's waited his turn, that's for sure. Has played in 10 of the World Cup qualifying matches for Honduras. Being checked on by players of both sides. Referee as well. The stretcher is out. And already the narrative of this match has shifted entirely. We look back at the play where Escobar initially was injured. And frankly, it didn't look like much. But it is enough to send the goalkeeper off in the 10th minute due to injury. Well, now it's up to Edric Menjivar, who has experience in Scotiabank Concacaf Champions League, but he's new to the equation in this new tournament. Escobar had played every minute to this point. Bit of contact from Monterosa, wasn't able to keep the ball. Rather Garrido. Pass to Lopez. Alianza pushes forward. Zelaya falls to ground. Tobias moving back. Gets the return. Gerson Rodas continuing on for Olympia. Chirinos. Chirinos on his way to the byline. Contact from Romero. To try and impede that service, concedes the foul in an equally dangerous position as that service could have been. I rather got out for a corner. Service across. Bounds back. Chirinos took a try. Lopez. Rojas. Contact again by Romero. The Alianza defender has really stood up. Goal for Alianza, 13th minute. Goal in the second, leveled the aggregate. Each team has a home goal now. Roger Rojas, the goal scorer. Skips free off of Lopez. Ball sent long for Kosli. Out over the defense. Kosli continues on. Contact with Romero. Marroquin was there as well. It results in a goal kick. Alianza. Kosli, the captain's armband. Tegucigalpa and Honduras, 14th minute. Kosli took a deflection, hangs in the air. It's not a good clearance. Marroquin hooking it further. Sliding challenge. Squirts free from Monterosa. Attack on for Olympia. What a overrun. Chirinos at the byline again, sending it on the ground. Deflected, and the clearance continues out as far as Sarin. Back on the ball, Garrido. Marroquin is in defense. Monterosa run over. Garrido, who tore his ACL against Mexico in 2015, a World Cup qualifier, has worked his way back into fine shape. 28 games last year in league play, and finding his way into this very important match for Olympia, who have both shots so far in the early going. One away goal could change the entire nature of this match. But for now, Olympia, who lost their goalkeeper, Donis Escobar, to an early 10th minute injury, not seen their backup even touch the ball. That was the first time the ball had entered the opponent's half since that point. Chirinos cutting inside. Slid away by Marroquin. Isaac Portillo. Rodolfo Zelaya is held up. No advantage to be played there, and they'll bring the ball back. Trying to move rather quickly. Narciso Orellana set to take over. Monterosa, the El Salvador national team since 2014. 21 in blue, has played such a large role so far into this tournament. It was taken away by Tobias, who continues on. Sarin won it back. Herrera finds Flores Jaco. Off the head of Sarin. Tagged up field by Cajada. Steered to Chirinos. Kosli has moved wide again. Kosli's touch lets him down. It's a good turn. Pushed up field by Monterosa for Zelaya. Strong defense again. We'll see a lot of that from Johnny Palacios. Seems to freelance a bit from that central defender role. Pushed ahead by Tobias. 6 unbeaten for Olympia. And all competitions ended with Alianza's 1-goal win last week in El Salvador. Local papers in Honduras were quite clear about the expectations. This Olympia side expects to get through. Ilustre, por favor. Alianza. Operación Montada. Closely arguing. Contact. Not up. Took him in the face. Does look like there is some of that. His frustration boiling over as he threw down Romero. Romero back to his feet. The Alianza defenders had a role of great significance in the early 18.5 minutes in Tegucigalpa. All parties back to their corners. Tobias will throw. That's costly. That got too far over the line. Couldn't save it back into play. For Alianza, the story is always the offense provided by Hinstrosa and Zelaya. Right now, there hasn't been much to say for it yet. Olympia seemingly dominating the game, and yet the possession in Alianza's corner to this point. Contact with Morakin. Chirinos chips it back to him. That's 3 seasons at FAS. Garrido. Palacios. Hernandez. Palacios again. For Olympia. Lifted. Costly the target. Pulled down by Victor Garcia. Checking back to receive service, Monterosa didn't take over. Instead, it's Hernandez pushing forward for Olympia. Bouncing ball on the central defense. Zelaya giving chase. Tejada. Olympia, Alianza, quarterfinals, second leg from Tegucigalpa. Olympia, the lead, tied on aggregate, 1 apiece. Lopez lays off. Ball fired in, this time by Rodas. Fleur Jaco wins the ball. Tries to play Alianza into an attacking run. Too far for Zelaya, who withdrew. Zelaya. And backwards by Garrido. Handled by Menjivar. Debuted in 2015 with Olympia, when both Valladares and Escobar were with the national team. Did start 5 times last year in place of the injured Escobar. 9 times in total in league play. Thrust in the 10th minute due to the injury. Pushed ahead by Palacios. Lopez, Hernandez. Lopez sends service. Cleared out by Romero. Corner to Olympia. 22 minutes gone. Lopez, too short. Mariana, a throw to Lopez and Olympia. Rojas, the goal scorer. Played again. Rojas, too high for Cosley. Balls crisscrossing 18-yard box. Not finding its mark yet. Alianza certainly has the attacking presence to be a good counter-attacking side in this matchup. But Instrosa has been entirely silent altogether so far. Such an important piece in the opening leg of this series, where he simply ran up and down the left-hand side with very little impediment. The shove from behind by Luis Garrido. In this matchup, they really haven't found him very often. He was in midfield. Turned over. Cosley, return ball. Rodas thrown away. Just ahead. Long ball. This one could find home. Menjivar comes out. And Strosa was the target. Why not? He's moved to a more central role to try and find the ball in some capacity. Saren got by one. Sliding challenge to keep the ball from getting further by Tobias and out for an Olympia throw. Is that the initial wave of the flag? Instead, Alianza takes over. And now a corner for Alianza. Haven't seen Menjivar put to the test yet within his own net. Just come off the line a moment ago. Rather aggressive. Reaching the ball before Instrosa did on an aerial effort. Monterosa skips to the top. That's Oriana. An ambitious effort that flies well over. Menjivar. And for Cosley. Bounces back to Garrido. Although Cosley did say, they have their good players, we have ours. Saren, Zelaya. Contact there. Quijada. Referee coming in from behind and pointing in favor of a foul. And indeed, get a lot of Zelaya there. Andres Quijada coming from Colombia. The reinforcements in the offseason. Zelaya scored the opening goal of this series in the 51st minute of the first leg. The response swift in the second from Roger Rojas in the second minute. On a level pegging between Alianza and Olympia in this quarterfinal series in Scotiabank Concacaf League. Rodas has moved into position. And hails from San Pedro Sula. Monterosa will take this free kick. Monterosa skids over Palacios, trying to counter. Garrido flies to Chirinos. Further now for Lopez. High arcing service. It's Garrido. level of difficulty would have been astronomical the way that ball came down. Tried to head that back across the net. Intimidating this atmosphere surely for Alianza. Themselves had a tremendous crowd. El Salvador for the opening leg. Monterosa won it for Alianza. Instrosa, Sarin. Marroquin trying to overlap. Hada. Knotted down by Sarin, handled by Rodas. Getting in behind, Chirinos. Two players converge. Couldn't get the service through. Contact there. And it's a foul against Olympia. Alexander Lopez quick to state his case. Marroquin shrugging his shoulders at his effort. It appeared to be that second effort, and a little tangled up after the fact as well. Luis Enrique Santander of Mexico making that call that benefits Alianza immeasurably. This got in behind. Quickly Monterosa overrun. Able to keep that in play. Had reinforcements coming in the form of Zelaya. Bounces past Portillo, brought down by Rodas. And Hernandez now. Tejada. Rounding upfield, Rodas. That's the return. Rojas reversing. Tejada. Sarin allowed it through. Zelaya in the right spot. Comes up a bit lame. Play continues. Instrosa with chase. Palacios able to pass out of that pressure. Hernandez continues on. Service for Cosley, headed away by Romero. The game plan for Olympia cannot be denied. Quickly thrown in, Chirinos! He's spoken in the press already in this opening month of the Concacaf League season. Just how important goals in these moments can be. It was nearly a gaffe of massive proportion. Alianza defense, it's just a goal kick. Olympia now conceded just once in the last 575 competitive minutes. It was to Rodolfo Zelaya in the opening leg. They have controlled the ball. They have more chances. And they have equalized in this quarterfinal series. Foul against Portillo. And rather, Soriano was there first and Portillo joined in the party after. Hernandez cuts inside, contact, no whistle. Instrosa trying to counter the other way. A lot of white jerseys back. Hinstrosa showing off the speed. Spun out by Palacios. Hinstrosa. Sarin moving the ball into space. Chirinos continues on. Portillo wasn't able to turn him away. Tobias came over from Real Sociedad in 2016. He did play in the Champions League with that group. Rodas, Postli, Sarin. Zelaya is off into space. Quijada chasing from behind. Trying to get by Palacios. Quijada finally does win the ball away. It's a good run from Zelaya, who seemingly only scores great goals. Foul against Garrido. Zelaya, the player, down. Player down in the box. Alianza. Zelaya making this remarkable run. If that ball finds his right foot again, he might lead it to the keeper. He likely would have had to shoot that with his left, rushing on. Zelaya, the player, down. Concern for Alianza. Plenty of fans away from El Salvador. Zelaya still down here. Is that a foul? The answer was no. Hernandez gliding into the box and without call. Zelaya slowly to his feet. Olympia changed goalkeepers in the 10th minute due to the injury to Donis Escobar. Instead, Enrique Menjivar is in. Alianza will be forced into a substitution as well. Zelaya does not look well coming off, and the trainer is circling his fingers for a substitute. Well, this is earlier than anticipated, but it is what's necessary. There's Zelaya. He never did get up from that point. Gustavo Guerrino. Guerrino comes on. That's enough for Zelaya. This is a tenor-changing moment for Alianza. Hinstrosa's importance on the ball now, even larger than it once was. Hinstrosa cutting at the byline, Lopez on his backside. Throw to Alianza, Flores Jaco is there. Monterosa. Met by Rodas. Stopped at midfield. Sarin down to ground. Held in play by Tobias. Back to Chirinos. Lopez. Hernandez. Hernandez. Romero popped it up. Ferreira met from behind. Garcia. Now the lone goal so far in this affair. Olympia without the opening leg. It's 1-1 on aggregate. Quarterfinals, second leg. Olympia and Alianza. This partisan crowd at Tegucigalpa. Root on the men in white. Inostroza has moved to the right-hand side. Alianza seemingly had a bit more luck. Back by Tejada. (1-0) in favor of Olympia over Alianza. Alianza trying to move ahead. Inostroza ricochets right back to him off Garrido. And Javar will decide to keep this in play. Inostroza met from behind. Clearly his role has become far more valuable after Zelaya's injury. Chirinos fell down. Chirinos. Handball. Despite Roger Rojas's disagreement. Ball skips by, an opportunity for Gureño. Trying to argue the point. He came on for Zelaya. Wasn't even in the 18 in the opening leg. One of two changes, the 18, made by the manager, Jorge Rodriguez. From Tegucigalpa, Olympia, Alianza, 1-1 on aggregate. It's level now. This is the only result that could finish the match through penalties. Any other goals leave us a clear winner through 90 minutes. Hernandez wants a quick restart and has it. Hernandez brings it down. Skips out a corner. And right now, if you're Alianza, that's surely better than conceding a cross in the run of play. Closely has constantly found himself in dangerous position. Service is cleared, but only as far. Punched down by Garcia, contact everywhere. And a foul conceded. That's all it ends up for. It belongs to Alianza. Tobias had that initial effort cards. '43rd minute, Alianza controls in their own half. Lofts the ball out of play. It's a strong throw off the chest of Kosli. Chirinos continued on, looking for the flag up for offside. Finally, indeed, Rojas was past the line. Confrontation. Brought himself back on side while the rest of the Alianza defense dropped in. Monterosa lost the ball. Menjivar. Lopez unable to get a touch. Portillo. Portillo lost it to Rojas. Quickly won back by Alianza. Marquinhos' foray into the attacking half. Hinstrosa. That's a good ball. Marroquin plays it across. Falls down. Guerreño! Alianza back in front. They've got the away goal. And Guerreño, who came out as a sub for the injured Zelaya, immediately enters Alianza lore into Tegucigalpa. It took a deflection back. Guerreño making his coach Jorge Rodriguez do whatever that was. The last minute before halftime, Guerreño. There will be no penalties tonight, and Olympia now needs 2 goals to win this quarterfinal tilt. Could the favorite be knocked out before the semifinal in Concacaf League? It's a realistic opportunity now for Alianza to knock out the lion of this tournament. Sarin. Pushed ahead Oriana. Too far for Sarin. Well, for Olympia, the mountain has doubled in size since the beginning of the evening. Simply by Alianza's away goal. They've made this a 2-goal game. What a moment for Guerreño. Portillo. Hernandez, Garrido, Kosli, battling along with Ferreira. Garrido. Lopez and Sarin both. Look at that contact there as Sarin was interlocked with Lopez, who had enough of that contact. Guerreño. There's the hero of this moment, overrunning Palacios. And Javar pushing him away. Final minute of stoppage time. Olympia trying to find something before they head off to the locker room in Tegucigalpa. Maybe something that will strengthen their hopes before the half. Oriana, cleared by Portillo. Who would have known that it would be the man who came on for Adolfo Zelaya who would score that giant away goal. We've reached halftime. 1-1. Roger Rojas, right at the open in the second minute, leveling the aggregate for Olympia. For Alianza, the response right before halftime, Gustavo Gureño off the bench and scoring Alianza's biggest goal in their Concacaf club history. They lead with the away goal, 2-1 on aggregate at halftime. Alianza 1, Olympia 1. Halftime highlights as Olympia and Alianza meeting in the second leg of the quarterfinals. And right from the outset, action at the gun. Chirinos earning the foul from Moroquin. Lopez bounces down off Palacios. And Rojas cleans it up. His second goal in the tournament, both in the second leg, one in each round. One to put away Alajuelense, one to level the aggregate against Alianza. And it was a quick one-goal lead in the match, and things were level, at least for the moment. Absolute pandemonium from Carlos Restrepo and the entire crowd here in Tegucigalpa. Olympia continued to dominate chances. Romero diving in front of this effort towards Carlo Cosli, who was the target on much of the outside service into the area. Moroquin getting through, leaving the ball off, deflected off of Hernandez. And it is the early substitute for the injured Rodolfo Zelaya who scores. Gureño has planted his name in Alianza history with this finish into the corner of the net. And all of a sudden, it would take 2 goals from Olympia to overcome the deficit. It's the away goal for Alianza. It comes in the final minute before stoppage time. And it was 1-1 at halftime in Tegucigalpa. 2-1 the aggregate in favor of Alianza. Here are the halftime statistics, and the possession is equal, although one would argue that Olympia's possession has been more dangerous. They've had more service, committed more fouls, in particular in transition, and they have more shots. But for Alianza, their one shot on target is all that was necessary, in that it leveled the score in this opening half and gave the away goal that could be so crucial by the time the night is over. to Alianza. 1-1 in favor of Alianza on the aggregate, even in Tegucigalpa, as the level of the match in possession doesn't tell the larger story of this series. El Salvadoran group is in front of the Hondurans in Tegucigalpa, and could it be decisive? At halftime in Honduras, the aggregate in favor of Alianza, but the match level, 1 goal apiece.
Queremos invitarlos para que estén al tanto de las últimas noticias, estadísticas del partido y lo más destacado del torneo. Visita nuestra página en internet concacafleague.com.
Alianza has the lead. There's your storyline. Gustavo Gureño, relatively unknown coming into the match. Paraguayan has given his coach, Jorge Rodriguez, a 2-goal cushion with which to work on the aggregate now that the away goal belongs to the group from El Salvador. What a crowd it is tonight in Tegucigalpa. The National Stadium overflowing on the far side. Tens of thousands of Honduran fans trying to root on the country's most famed club, and Carlos Restrepo sees his side just a minute before halftime, seemingly on the road toward an equalizing goal after that second-minute advantage, and maybe something more in the first half, falling behind on aggregate 2-1 with the away goal in favor of their opponent. And all of a sudden, for Olympia, they need 2 goals in this second half to overturn the deficit, as the away goal would swing the result to Alianza if it were to finish 2-1 in favor of Olympia. Players have arrived. It's a hill, not a mountain. Olympia can turn this on its head. Second half, quarterfinal, second leg. Alianza's got the advantage. Olympia comes out flying. Here we go. Bounces away from Tobias. Olympia in the white, Alianza in the blue. Rojas. Oriana. Alianza driving. Cut down, Portillo. Held by Menjivar, who came on for the injured Bonis Escobar in the 10th minute. Not anything in reality he could have done to change the result on the goal scored by Alianza, who seem intent at the present moment to have a more controlling stake in this second half than they did the first. Garrido, Lopez, Hernandez, a key goal against Alianza, the opening goal of 3 in a 3-0 aggregate win against the Costa Rican giant. Hernandez, open header, it's a great save, popped up by Garcia, knocked out. Olympia nearly took one back just 2 minutes in to the second half. Garcia's injured. Hernandez, pinpoint service. It's almost Roger Rojas again. Rojas scored 2 minutes into the match. He almost scored 2 minutes into the second half. Good response from Carlos Restrepo's men. Good response by Garcia. Rodas. Service. Quijada. Got the header to it. Guilty of a foul. Gesturing in all directions. They're down Henry Romero. He's started both in World Cup qualifying and in Gold Cup for El Salvador. Sent up by Garcia. Brought down by Tobias. Up the line, Chirinos. Brian Cosley. Cosley for Rojas. Deflected into the waiting hands of Garcia. Rojas was the target. Ferreira got the touch. Olympia's pressure mounting. This is a great play by Ferreira. As Rojas would not have had anybody between him and the ball in the end. Quijada. Initial header. Olympia looks like an entirely different team, far more dangerous. Costly, continuing by Romero. Sends Servicic behind Rojas. Flores Jaco trusting back, and Garcia has picked it up. Garcia came from the Uruguayan Segunda Division. Good play by Sarin. Sarin. Urania. Lopez. Turned over to Alianza. Ball for Sarin. Taken down by Palacios. The link-up falls apart again for Olympia. Sliding challenge, well won. Palacios comes away and is fouled. Smart play by Flores Jaco, who has a lot of ground to cover to return to his defensive position. This through ball is offside. Chirinos was the intended target. Very close as the ball initially was hit through, but he appeared to be leaning. Was brought in to help raise the level. Oscar Arroyo to take the risk to come to Alianza, and so far rewarded with what could be a run into the semifinal of Concacaf League as the result stands. Lopez. Off of Sam. Or Jaco. Palacios, the central defender on the ground. The turn from Rojas, the foul by Flores Jaco is going into the book. It's a yellow card. That's his first of the tournament. Comes in the 52nd minute. Scooped ahead. Off the foot of Kosley. 11 different pro teams. He spent 4 years in Poland. His longest stint with Platense, 5 years in total. Kosley, the native of San Pedro Sula, spent a decade in Mexico, trying to put pressure on Garcia and this Alianza back line. Large and imposing forward, 13 in white. Having this ball down to Rojas, who spun around. Rojas! Rojas! Good save, Garcia! He kicked it away. Olympia again showing very well in the second half. Rojas looking for a third of the tournament, a second of the match. Garrido, only as far as Lopez. Lopez up the line, Hernandez to try and keep it in. Flores Jaco, it's out for a corner. Lopez running right into the corner. Drop down, Kosley! Skied into the air off the deflection. Lopez, it's a fever pitch in Tegucigalpa. Lopez, goal kick. Try telling that to 20,000 Honduran fans. An enviable job for the referee. The enthusiasm in this stadium right now makes you believe any kind of comeback for Olympia could very easily be in the cards. They trail on aggregate 2-1, the away goal in favor of Alianza. That's an excellent touchdown by Monterosa. Palacios did not commit a foul and returning the ball to the goalkeeper, Menjivar. Lopez. Rodas left it wide. On the ball again. Lopez. Debuted for the Honduran national team in 09. Kosley! Olympia has taken one back. 2-2 on aggregate. Only the away goal for Alianza, the difference now. It was only a matter of time. Perfectly timed run, tight angle. Lopez, perfect service. And the half volley. Kosley, long overdue. Beat him to the short side. And now, it's all level on aggregate. Only this away goal proves the difference. 55th minute, Carlo Kosley. Alianza entering the stadium tonight, facing the large swath of crowd in Honduras has played well, has their away goal, still have the lead, but the tide for Olympia continues to grow, push ashore. The give and go. Monterosa lobbing the back line. Falls for Menjivar. Is there yet a save that proves defining for him? Oriana spun down. Alianza on it again. Instrosa. Fouled. Yellow card. Tobias into the book. For that effort right there. 58th minute. First player to go into the book for Olympia. Alianza free kick. This quarterfinal has been rife with unending drama, as the case is Plaza Amador, passed by Walter Ferretti. Certainly was the case last night with Aguila, Darabe, and Nido. Service for Alianza. Lanced wide by Palacios. Attack still on here. Sarin. Brought down. And wasn't able to create anything with it. Attack on. Colsley, 1 against Alianza. Reinforcements arrive. Chirinos. Hernandez. Burrito, played over by Colsley! Rojas! It won't count. Flag is up for offside. Olympia could have been in a winning position for the first time in the series. But Colsley is offside. On that header, it was close with Flores Jaco. Clearly Rojas was onside. That is of no doubt. That's when the flag went up. Enough for Sarin. Alianza sees their very life in this tournament flash before their eyes. One must wonder how many lives these Salvadorans have. Whipped ahead. Moreno. Ball is swerved towards the net. Menjivar got there, and right off the bench, Alexander Larin is right into the action at the hour mark. Larin is a really intelligent substitution in this moment. The early injury to Rodolfo Zelaya, and Moreno being their choice to come on in his stead. Larin has waited and stewed on the bench. So foul. Monterosa, the player, brought down. Run overlapping, Larin. Morokeen. Instrosa. Every time Olympia is on the ball, the pitch rises. Over the top. Chirinos. Garcia got out there in time. Garcia is slow to get up. Colliding with his own player, Flores Jaco in this instance. Flores Jaco continues to be attended to. This header by Garrido. Is he offside? And that back foot appears to be so. That's what was deemed by the AR. That's why Olympia is not in front on the aggregate. And Alianza's away goal stands as the difference maker to this point. Helped off by way of stretcher. Closely Garcia. To be a part of that. Put back in play. Carlos Restrepo was asked how he felt about his team being deemed the favorite of this tournament. Spoke to the respect, said it was a good thing. And Olympia was considered the front runner in Scotiabank Concacaf League. For Alianza, they've spoken extensively in the Salvadoran media. All the poster players that Olympia has, and yet they felt like they had their own level of play worthy of this massive Honduran name. To this point, it's level on goals. Alianza's away goal is the difference maker. Will it stand? Chirinos, Garrido. Garrido able to bring that down into a dangerous position. Palacios. Numbers stream forward. Marin on the ground, a bit of space here. Guerreño deflects out for a corner for Alianza. There's your goal scorer, 45th minute. He's got the game-winning goal in this series as it does stand now. Menjivar moved back to his own net. Instrosa, the Colombian. Instrosa, outswinger, headed down by Portillo. Menjivar chasing from behind. Ball widened out. Larin, that'll fall down. Ferreira, headed wide by Henry Romero. Romero, who picked up so much notoriety for his actions on United States striker Josie Altidore in the Gold Cup. Romero nodding that wide. Josie Altidore saying that only certain people can commit the actions that Romero did to him. Lobbed over. Cosley cuts it back. Brought down by Morokeen. Tobias is down. Substitute coming. Rodas will come out. Brian Moya will come on. Not a bad stint at all from Rodas. He had his role certainly in this match. That is the second substitution made, the other being the goalkeeper for Olympia due to the 10th minute injury to Donis Escobar. Slid away from Larin. Hernandez slid through. There momentarily for Jaco. Larin rides the bike. Palacios and Garrido. Injured player down for Alianza. Lined out by Portillo. Marroquin. Injured player still down for Alianza. They will continue to attack, and now the referee has blown play dead. Immediately the stretcher arrives. Carlos Restrepo arguing. One would argue Marroquin, who had a chance to kick the ball out for Alianza previously and instead sent it into the other half, could have kicked it out in that moment. And it's the substitute himself, the goal scorer, Guerreño, who's coming off injured. That would not be the way Alianza wants to use its third and final substitution. We'll see whether or not Guerreño can make his way back in. The second-year man came from Pasadena and El Salvador previous. Olympia starts from the back, 69th minute. Guerreño is waiting to return. Possession won by Ferreira. The central defender has played elsewhere previous other stops and has found a home at the central back position alongside Romero. Orellana here. Garrido running him out. Ball lobbed over, headed. Menjivar has it. Inostroza the target. Well, that was a good effort, but now opens up the counterattack for Olympia. Marroquin. Romero. That's a ghastly turnover. Attack on for Olympia. Well won by Orellana. Guerreño keeping the ball despite Garrido's best effort. Monterosa reversing. Marroquin. Hernandez, arm uplifted, looking for service. Instead, the attack on the other wing, Chirinos. Looking to strike. Played on the ground. The turn. It bounces through for Moya. Moya brought that down in a really good position and simply didn't cash in. Inostroza reversing for Alianza. They lead on aggregate by the away goal. Attack on for Olympia. Sliding challenge. It's won by Inostroza off of Moya. Back to Alianza. This atmosphere in Tegucigalpa as good as any throughout Scotiabank Concacaf League so far. Tens of thousands in support of this new tournament, in support of Honduras' largest team. That clipboard ever near Jorge Rodriguez. Flips it to the ground and goes back to coaching the men on the field. Alianza didn't have a shot in the opening half of the first half. Finally broke through in the final moments. The away goal that has Olympia trailing at this moment. Pushed ahead by Monterosa. Oriana. Moroccan. Monterosa. A spinning hop. Monterosa looking for the overlapping run. Stretch pass. Attack on for Olympia. The cutback. The service. Popped up, still dangerous. Rojas knocked it back. Chirinos again providing that flank play. Mobius and Monterosa tangled up. Sub coming. Ivan Mancia will come on. The fans for Alianza making plenty of noise for Marvin Monterosa, who peels the captain's armband off. It will make it second pass of the game. He's being gestured toward the sideline. Mancia comes on. Closely tried to steer it further. Oriana. Third and final substitution. Saren, Monterosa, Zelaya, the players who came out. Mancia, Gureño, both coming on, as well as Alexander Larin, was expected from the very beginning. In this case, Gureño able to keep possession. Olympia, 16 minutes. Find the goal that would put them into winning position for the first time. Garrido. Moya. Hernandez. Hernandez cuts back. Lifted. Moya had it down. A follow-up shot. Placed onto the right. Moya. Moya service. Garcia rising up in front of Cosley. A sigh of relief for Alianza again. Hernandez being summoned. Having seen Luis Enrique Santander many times through these tournaments, Mexican referee really does leave a positive taste in your mouth. He is a guy who really does a good job of handling tempers, never leaves you walking away bitter. Seems to call a fair game, and you have to respect that. Advancing, Olympia, Chirinos. Hernandez wants the ball. Instead, Lopez continues on. Ball for Hernandez, cut out. Marin. All into space. Palacios arrived first. Marin went down. Garrido guilty of not only a foul, but picks up a yellow card. That's his second caution of the tournament. '77th minute. Mario Ferreira. Flores Jaco kept that in. And fouled Moya. Quijada. Tobias, who moved into the starting order over Alvarado in this second leg. Ball over the top, brought down closely. Shot is on and in, but it won't count again. Another goal waved off for Olympia. This assistant referee has drawn the ire of 20,000 partisan Honduran fans. Closely, as the ball was struck, appeared offside again. By such a small margin. Rojas has 2 goals wiped off the board. This game has come down to inches in multiple instances. Quick throw for Cosley. 4 offsides by Olympia. Will it prove their downfall? Cosley. Service. Moya giving chase. For Jaco, cleared. Recovered by Palacios. Olympia 2-1 lead, trailing on away goal, 2-2 on aggregate. Attack on again. Tobias lifting the ball. Headed wide. Garrido. And again cleared. Olympia has had 2 goals wiped off due to the offside flag. Both in the second half. Marin is available. Guerreño turned it over. Slid out by Marin there. Into the box. The turn by Rojas, nearly for Cosley. And that deflected off of Morokin, a corner to Olympia. This stadium. Garcia got a touch. Moya! Garcia got a palm to it and saves the day for Alianza. Oh, what a save. That's a game saver as it stands. Change for Olympia. Garrido is done. He's played a very strong game. Estupinan will come on. This is the final sub for either side of the match. And Estupinan be the difference maker. Service. Cosley heads it back across. Handball, it appeared. They say it went off the chest. Snapped away again. Oy. Guerreño. Guerreño will have his chance just wide of the post. Carlos Restrepo arguing still. Another look. Did that hit the hand on the way? Lifted, headed down, Kosli. Stooping on the target. Garcia holds on. Alianza holding on. From Tegucigalpa, quarterfinal action, second leg. Alianza ahead by the away goal over Olympia. The Honduran giant is in danger of crashing out of the competition. While they do lead this match, they have never led the overall series. And Strosa will walk away. Alianza will try and take every second they can off the clock in pursuit of a semifinal berth in Concacaf League. Marin shows himself as a target. That's Guerrero. Possession to Olympia. Hernandez. Moya battling with Flora Jaco. Larin, dangerous as ever. Contact from Rojas. Possession to Alianza. Alexander Larin lofted toward the cornering Strosa. Trying to milk the clock. The 85th minute. Larin back to the corner. At the byline. A throw for Alianza. Flora Jaco will move forward. And Larin approaches the corner again. Two players met there. Olympia clears the ball, but only as far as Ferreira. Contact there, yellow card's coming. It goes to Oriana. They're looking for a hand to the face offered the other way by Lopez. That will not come. The fourth official shouting down the coaching staff. So there's the initial foul. Was there a hand to the face there that would have been deemed worthy of a red card? No. Bouncing ball into the 18-yard box. Hernandez held up. Kicked away, Larin. And that's a straight red card. Hernandez had his ankle held up and in response kicked at the back of Larin, who's down in pain. And Olympia will finish to 10 men. You understand his frustration, to be sure. But that extra kick, unnecessary. The foul had already been called. A yellow card will go to Larin as well. But Olympia very much has made a giant mistake here. To the point in the match where all the forces will be attacking late regardless. So perhaps this won't prove vital. But Hernandez did provide good service time and time again. And Olympia is the team with the free kick here. Larin picked up the yellow card and will also take this free kick. A goal for Olympia. They pull in front on the aggregate. Alianza through as it stands. Larin lofting that ball out of play. The runner was coming right for him. Garcia. Multiple massive saves. He's made a handful. The assistant referee with 2 crucial offside. Keep Olympia from that vital 3rd goal in the 2nd half. Moya. Lopez. The turn. It's kicked out. Fireworks shooting off. Moya to take the corner, 89th minute. Moya, in-swinger. Popped out of play. Was it off of Mancia? Yes. Another corner. And fireworks have hit the pitch. It went through the holes on the fence, and multiple players are down for Alianza. Trainers have been called out, and multiple players waving wildly. The way that went off the ground and exploded in all directions leaves you unclear just how bad this could be. The referee is trying to take the ball back. It's tough to really see. It's just so shocking on face value. The Mexican referee is rushing toward midfield. One must wonder what happens next. He's pushing back the coaching staff for Alianza. The referee looks to both the 4th official and a member of the Concacaf team to discuss what occurs. You could see that fireworks shoot onto the field, catching your eye on the initial camera footage and then exploding in all directions. Red flares both toward the players and the rest of the field. Players still being looked at now. And for Olympia and their fans, everything was going their way. They could have very easily turned this thing around. The referees standing away from the track and the fence. The captains have been called over. As fireworks continue to explode around the stadium. Carlo Cosli discussing this with the referee now. His eyes as wide as dinner plates, trying to explain the seriousness of this situation. We're in stoppage time now, but play has been stopped now for 3 minutes. Loreen, who's the third captain for Alianza in this match alone, walking back toward that end. It is a corner for Olympia. Everybody is okay. And now, is there one more firework left? It's 5 minutes. It could well be more than that. How long will this go? There's the corner. Nodded away. Open look! Deflected away, Chirinos. Chirinos. Lopez toward the net. It's caught. Stupinan giving chase, and Garcia has it. Alianza attack up the flank. Take time off the clock. Fans pinned up against the fence in complete anticipation. Out of play. Olympia throws. At least 2 more minutes of stoppage time, and maybe more. Olympia down to 10 men. Hernandez sent off in the 86th minute. Sent toward the corner. Morakine on defense. It's a good turn by Moya. Moya serves. Got all the way through. A goal kick. Alianza holding on by the skin of their teeth right now. Kicked out by Garcia. Lopez hobbling toward the line. This could be as big a result as Alianza has ever experienced. Ball over the top. Contact! Goal kick. That's it. Stupinan went down too easily for the referee to blow a whistle in that moment. It's Romero who impeded him. Could he have had a shot at that? Garcia. How many more looks will Olympia get? Moya. Romero out to join him. Moya reverses. Lopez. Headed! It's in! Costly! Olympia leads! Olympia, against all odds, has jumped in front of Alianza in the final minute of stoppage time. Surely to the semifinal. Carlo Costly, onside this time, steering the header by Garcia. Olympia so close, twice offside on Costly's account. And this time, no mistake, no mercy. Alianza led the entire way up to the final seconds of stoppage time. And Carlo Cosli has scored the most magnificent goal in this tournament so far. Alianza, one more look. Cleared by Olympia. How far will they get? Contact. Down goes Chirinos. Carlos Restrepo waving to the fans, egging them on. Will Alianza get one more chance? Or is this it? Cosli in the 5th minute of stoppage. It's full time. Olympia wins. They're through to the semifinal. And Carlo Cosli, a Herculean effort to lead Olympia past Alianza. Ten-man Olympia, led by Carlos Restrepo. On their last gasp. Rojas scored the opening minutes. Guerreño right before halftime. And then Carlo Cosli, not once but twice. It's a moment that won't be forgotten in Honduras anytime soon. Scotiabank Concacaf League has found its greatest moment in its infantile history. This quarterfinal will forever stand in Olympia lore. For Alianza, they had the away goal. They appeared destined. But in Tegucigalpa tonight, Olympia wins. The final score on aggregate finishes 3-2. It finishes tonight 3-1. Cosli the hero. Olympia through to the semifinal. The final score in Tegucigalpa, Olympia 3, Alianza 1.